Okay, we are now live and broadcasting. We just opened up the room to allow people to start joining. Ori is here, Chris. People are just coming on in. Welcome, everybody. Okay, 2 o'clock on the dot here, so I'd like to welcome everybody for joining. I'd like to welcome everybody to today's BYBB webinar. We're going to go through how the BYBB sharing system actually functions, and then we're going to drill into a little bit more depth on how the partner prospector feature of the system works and how everybody gets the prospects and how those prospects are delivered and fostered and maintained. So with no further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump right in here. So the partner prospects are acquired through various sophisticated methods, and it's through commercial relationships that we've got a unique ability to get out there and expose the brand and opportunity on some of the highest profile portals available. And I'll be getting into that a little bit later on. So imagine it as a funnel, and all the different prospects are loaded into the funnel, and simultaneously, one is just engaged. Here's one that's reading an email that's being sent over to one of the funnels for you. Here's one that's actively engaged in an advocate chat. Here's another that's just finished watching the presentation. Here's one that's just subscribed to their Build Automator and getting going in the system. And you can imagine another one at that point even enrolling. And, when we talk about prospects, it all starts with a lead, but know that all leads are not created equal. And before they actually become a prospect, we go out and work with our partners and vendors and sources to qualify them. And we're looking to deliver qualified prospects, and we're not really at all trying to just sell leads. We're striving to garner those prospects and qualify those prospects that can afford to start with $750, so they can get their complete total health pack and their Build Automator 100 and get going in both platforms. Minimum criteria that we're currently looking for is over the age of 26 with a 40K annual income. We are looking to possibly increase that, but we have to see what kind of volume we're going to be able to garner in sliding that scale up. So where do we get them and how are we getting them? I've actually got some graphic for you a little bit later on, but I just wanted to show you here, some of the properties that we're working with through our vendors, ediet.com, priceline.com, New York Times, Overstock. Another big popular one is everydayhealth.com. And remember, we're going out with two different approaches. So one approach is very product specific and the other approach is opportunity specific. So being able to interface with all of these different properties is very beneficial to us in the long run. And so what are we doing? What is the Build Automator doing? Well, we engage that lead that's become a qualified prospect for you. We begin fostering that relationship through emails and education and online chat. We present for you through webinars and playback recordings, and ultimately our goal is to enroll them. While we're starting with a product-specific approach, at the end of the day, we are looking to move everybody to showing partners and continue that evolution as we go through it. So the way that it's working, the way that we've built the system is that assignment is done on a round-robin basis, which means, in this example, Jane Doe, customer 100, got a prospect and just received a private message in her dashboard. And then John Smith, customer 101, got a partner prospect, and he receives an email because he prefers to get an email, and he goes back to the end of the queue. And then it goes to the next in line, and then back to the next in line, and then to the next in line, and to the next in line. So if you've got a Build Automator 100, every time you come up to the top of the queue, you'll get one prospect. If you've got a Build Automator 500, you get 3. So the partner proxy is then engaged, and this is the actual module of the system that goes out and begins sending them the emails and chats and tracking their activity through the systems and inviting them to the webinars. The Advocate live chat is definitely one of the things that separates us in the marketplace from any other marketing system out there, and that's where we are in real time holding their hands if they need it through the entire process, step by step. So not only can they email us or call us or chat with us, but they're in a 360-degree customer service deal. So the whole objective here is that as we're taking them through the education systems, we're looking to enroll them in BYBB first. And once we've got them engaged in BYBB and enrolled them as a product partner, as a sharing partner, and they've engaged a build automator, it literally means that your downline is building your downline. That's duplication. So the sharing system, lead manager concept from a high-level perspective is, we're going out there and garnering the prospects. That's going to be, again, assigned on a round-robin basis. We're sending them the welcome message, and then we begin the sequence, and then we're notifying you, the customer. And then when the orders come in for the different build automators, that controls the burst time, or how many prospects are assigned when they're at the front of the queue. And then we want to show those quantities and track all of those performances, all of that performance and metrics in your dashboard. So an idea of what that looks like when it's loaded is here on the screen, and we're going to show you how many prospects you've ordered, how many are delivered, what their state is, how many have enrolled, and this is all real-time tracked. So also in your dashboard, you're of course able to manage your orders and several other functions, private messages and marketing and some other stuff that we've got set up, and is actually going to be profiled more in depth in the webinars that I'm trying to put together for next week, which is how to use your dashboard. So we're letting a few days go by here for everybody's dashboard to actually get prospects in it, so you can go in and click on things and see what's being tracked and how things are being tracked. And you'll be able to pull that information right in your sharing center, which is a very nice integration. So you'll be able to engage your build automators and also see the performance, the high-level performance. We won't actually expose every prospect's name and everything here in the sharing center, but you'll be able to click on your sharing center and see how many prospects you have, what's the conversion rate, and things like that, without having to go over to the BYBB dashboard. Here's a snapshot of the funnel of Life Restoring's homepage as of this morning. We finally got the Life Restoring Webby font built out on the intro button. We've added on a lot of new functionality, and we're continuing to layer on functionality. We're at the point right now where everything's been hooked up with your sharing name, so you'll be able to use, if you have an active build automator, let me reiterate that, you need to have an active build automator, and you'll be able to utilize sharingname.liferestoring.com, and you can put that out on your Facebook or give that, put it on your business cards or whatever if you'd like to use the Life Restoring funnel. So here is an actual screenshot of where the ads are being opted into. And I put this up because I'm getting a lot of questions from people for how are the leads generated and prospects qualified and things like that. And I think it's important to understand that it is a multi-pronged approach, but we do want to take them from not only product-centric perspective, but also an opportunity discussion by the end of the day. So as you can see here, we're talking about financial wellness and personal health. So while we're not being extremely descriptive on what either one of those mean, when they receive that first welcome message after they've selected yes, tell me more about Life Restoring, then they'll be able to come in and they'll see the Life Restoring funnel. They'll be able to learn all about total health in a complete self-paced fashion. They can go as fast or as slow as they want. And we do have sequences that are designed to nurture them and foster them from the welcome message and on through. So those are there, and we actually intend to have over a year's worth of content to send to people, again, to to ultimately enroll them. Here's another important reason you might want to be an active Build Automator subscriber. When people from generic SEO or other places just go to byoungth.com and they go to enroll, and it asks who introduced you to Be Young Total Health. If they've selected the no one referred me, I do not have a sponsor or enroller, that actually goes out to the BYBB system, looks for the person that's an active Build Automator subscriber in their zip code. And so on the next screen, we're going to collect a zip, and then we're going to do a soft insert, and then we're going to actually go off and begin doing some fostering and assign them to you with full details exposed. So it's again a very nice piece of integration. Pardon me. So just a quick summary here. Prospects are guaranteed. So if you buy a BA100, we guarantee that we're going to deliver you 100 prospects. That's not to be confused with 100 enrollments, but it's 100 prospects. The BA100 right now is $249.95 a month. We do ask for a 3-month commitment, and we expect that for every 100 qualified prospects, we're looking at a minimum 3% conversion for 3 new sharing partners for you. So there's the general picture from a 10,000-foot perspective. And I'll go ahead and stop here for a moment, and I'd like to take a look at some of the chats because I'm not following up on that. Let me just see here if there's anything that needs attention. Okay, so it looks like chats are pretty much under control here. So what I'll go ahead and do is I'm going to bring up our prospector here. Just a moment. Okay, so the partner prospector is the most integral piece of the BYBB sharing system. And this is, if you look at it here on the screen, you'll see that it's essentially broke out into 2 halves. One are the inbound queues and sources, and the other is outbound and how some of that happens. So as it says here, it's where it all comes together. This assigns the partner prospects to the Build Automators and initiates all of the modules for chats and tracking and emails to garner, educate, foster, and enroll prospects. So the first source that I want to talk about is the vendor source. So that shot where I showed you guys a few moments ago where we were listed with a few other companies, I mean, when those other ads are generated randomly on that same screen, I've seen ads up there from companies like Citibank. I mean, we're really up there with some of the most prominent companies on some of the most prominent properties out there. So it's a really good position for us. And we're able to do that because of the relationships that I've established over my 20 years in IT and internet. And resulting, again, in pre-targeted Be Young Total Health specific partner prospects. Remember, these are people that have seen a blurb on the message and have said that they want more. So an internal source, these are sources where we've gone out and done our own Facebook campaigns or our own organic SEO. So each of the funnels, the first one that's coming up is liferestoring.com. The next one is liferewarding.com. The next one after that that's contemplated is massagi.com, and then innocence.com. And not only are those funnels that you will be able to elect for your personalized marketing efforts through your profile and in your BYBB dashboard, but they also serve as generic funnels for us, so that if somebody's doing a search for world's best antioxidant drink and they go and see the results for Massager.com and visit Massager.com, when they register for Massager.com, they become a prospect. The big difference there is that we didn't have to go pay a whole bunch of money for that prospect. They've come through us organically, and that would be the internal source. And then there's the Warm Market Source Manager. And this is going to allow you to import your contacts. So we've now changed and added the BYBB Elite and BYBB Lite system products, subscriptions, and what that allows you to do is on the Elite, you're allowed to bring in as many of your warm market contacts as you would like and use as many of the funnels simultaneously as you would like. On BYBB Lite, what we're allowing you to do is elect from one of the available funnels and have up to 200 warm market prospects. And sooner than later, you'll be able to connect directly to your Outlook.com or your Gmail account and import the contacts from there. So then, on that side, once we've got the leads coming in and they've been being garnered, then the partner proxy starts the assignment. And that's the rotation based off of the round robin, based off the order date, based off of the size of the build automator. And then starts to send the email campaigns that have specific funnels attached to them. So it would be a life restoring email campaign that drives to the life restoring funnel. And what happens there is that goes, and the BYBB system goes and talks to the BYTH system, pulls in the sharing name of the build automator owner, and begins promoting that build automator through their, or that build automator owner, our customer, through their sharing name and the links that then get constructed and inserted into the emails that get sent out. And of course, we want to be able to greet them properly through chats and things like that, so they know that we know who they are and that we're here to help them. And that's the essential function of the partner proxy. And then, of course, the build automator is the portion of the system that goes and creates how many prospects are going to go to your account. And that sets your burst time for when you get to the end of the queue for, again, you know, how many prospects you're going to receive before this sits before the prospector moves on to the next build automator. This is a round robin algorithm. We don't need to get into that at this time, but essentially what's important here is the burst time. So that's the number of, again, the number of prospects you're going to get when it's your turn in the queue. And a VA 100 will give you 1, the 250 gets you 2, and the VA 500 gets you 5. I'm sorry, I said 3 earlier. That was a mistake. And all new orders are inserted at the end of the quantum, or in the end of the queue. So this presentation has a little bit more information on it, and this is, you know, the outbound queue. This is a little bit redundant here, so we've been through this. Pardon. So bonus prospects, when earned, is just saying that these will be delivered to your dashboard over a 90-day cycle. And that is also the same for the Alpha Group bonus prospects. So in a nutshell, that's how we're doing what we're doing, and I'd be more than happy to come back over to chat and see what we can do to answer any questions that anybody has. The discount was good. Display, keep in mind that your orders. Okay. Trying to get in. Does anybody have any other questions? It looks like Becky has done a pretty good job of addressing these already for me. Yes, everything is going to be recorded and instant available for playback. So I see that people are mentioning about the price and some things like that. So as it was articulated in the email that went out from BYTH Corporate yesterday, for everybody that signs up through now, we'll give them about another 10 minutes. We're going to be offering a bonus 50 prospects. And that's for, again, for everybody to sign up within the last 30 days up until about 15 minutes from now. And that's for the different little hiccups and things that we've been working to build out, as well as the price difference. A lot of people are feeling that it's not fair, even though the prices were publicly displayed on the homepage with a slash through them, even though on every webinar and presentation I've given, I've tried to let you guys know that the pricing is promotional and is going to be locked down any time. So it has been locked down. And that is what the setup fee is now, the retail rate, and the monthly subscriptions are now the retail rate. But for whatever reason, I guess that didn't resonate with a lot of people. And what we have decided to do is to go ahead and offer, as a promotion and as a thank you, a bonus 50 prospects. Are the prospects coming in safe from overstock? Everything healthy, each of the prospects generated from that site have their own. Jennifer, I think what you're asking is if there's an insert order or receive order from the different sources, and we don't have a common time across any of them, so the system is operating in real time and knows logically which build automator is next in line and how many prospects it's going to get. So it plans for that, and as those prospects come in, then they're assigned and the automator is fulfilled and goes back to the end of the queue. Remember, we're not buying leads. So this isn't like I'm going to our sources and say, give me 2,000 generic leads of people that might be interested in some kind of health and wellness thing. And they say, okay, here's a list. That's not the way any of it works. Everything is real time. So as they come to us and are qualified, then they get assigned to the build automators. Doug is saying some of the orders say complete and some say pending. Please explain. Yes, Doug, we are fixing all of that right now. So by the end of today, tomorrow at the latest, you should see for each month you had a build automator paid for at the regular price, not on the penny subscription. You should see your prospects ordered, increment by 100 or 250 or whatever the size of your build automator is, and all of the orders that have been paid are being marked as paid. So we're just going through that final audit process and cleaning up all of the accounts. Trish, can you explain how to use Lite and Elite? You just need to subscribe. Right now we don't have the import from Outlook or Gmail functionality up, so that should be there in a couple more days, and then I was going to kind of make a little product write-up about it and push it out to everybody so everybody knows. And I see, great. Oh, thank you. Have you ran any prospects? No, nothing's gone through yet, Haley. We went out to queue things up, and then there was a couple of things that needed to be addressed, so we went back and took care of most of those things this morning. So while we should be able and ready to send them out tonight, more than likely we will not do it because we need our chat channels online when we start bringing the prospects through Life Restoring, and so it will be tomorrow morning that it's going out at this point.
Daniel, this might be a good place to remind everyone, if they have not yet set up their sharing name, they need to do so. Yes,
and so that's one of the challenges that we ran across this morning. A lot of people have not set up their sharing names, so all you need to do is go to your profile. And so go into your sharing center, into your profile, and then on the account tab, there's a sharing name field. You need to set that. Your build automator cannot initiate without the sharing name there. That's the piece that's pulled from the BYTH system to construct all of the marketing that we do on your behalf. Again, thank you for that, Haley. So the metrics will actually be there in real time as this starts going out, like tomorrow morning. Teresa's, we have till the end of April to get the first 3 sponsorship to hold our place in the sharing matrix. Yes, so it's a really good thing that we're getting this thing out the door today, tomorrow, so that we can help everybody go do that. You know, while I can't guarantee that we're going to get 3 prospects for every 100 qualified prospects or 3 enrollments, that certainly is our goal. And industry expertise tells us as much. Clara is asking, as kind of a private chat. Well, Clara is asking why there's a 90-day delay on bonus. And that's really because they cost us a lot of money. And I'm not going to go out there and spend thousands and thousands of dollars on bonus prospects, number one, when we haven't finished delivering the core build automated prospects. And depending also on the bonus, we're asking for a 3-month commitment. So if you're not there for 3 months, you're not going to get your bonus. It's really that simple, and that's why there's a 90-day lag there. Elma is asking, once the prospects come in, do we have to chat or talk to them, or will it be all automatic? Elma, there's nothing automatic, but we do it for you. The chats, we don't use bots. We're not using software for that. That's all real people. And the emails are obviously those are automated, but the actual hand-holding and fostering is very much a manual process. Catherine is asking, what is the price for Light and Elite? Light is free. Elite is $60 a month, or $59.95 a month. And I think we knew that the price was promotional, but the fact is that we cannot get to see the process work as we would have in the first 3 months. No, of course not, Karen, because it was suspended. We never actually got it launched. We got the first email out to about 2,500 plus, and then we paused it. And now we're back to bringing it out of the gate again. So that's why. Lynn is asking, where do I get signed up? Well, that's a great question, Lynn. Go ahead and go to bybbSHARING.com and click on Build Automators, and you can select the one you'd like. Doug is asking, since we have already ordered for March, if we order today, can it count for our order in April? It just scrolled away. So Doug, depending on when you subscribed, it's a 30-day recurring cycle. So if you subscribed on the 29th, it's going to recur on the 28th. So it depends really on what that cutoff date is. But as it recurs, we will be pushing the prospects through. Linda is asking, what dashboard do we use, BYBB Marketing or the dashboard through Be Young? So Be Young does not have a dashboard. They have a sharing center, and BYBB Sharing dashboard is the one that will have all the information on there. There will be some integration between the BYBB Sharing dashboard and the sharing center, but all information will be in the BYBB dashboard. Catherine D. The sharing names are not case sensitive. There's no capitals or lowercase letters. It's all lowercase. Pardon me. So another question is, when do you believe we'll start seeing prospects in the funnels? Again, tomorrow morning is when we expect to see that traction going. So I'm being asked if I'm in a position to describe our staff size and who will be doing the hand-holding part. Nothing's available 24/7 is the last part of the question. Everything's going to be done during mountain times. The campaigns and the triggers and everything is going to be geared to operate during mountain time. We are looking to open an hour earlier and stay an hour later to accommodate West Coast and East Coast differences, but it is going to be majoritively mountain time. One of the things that's been put in place and that's really special for us as BYBB as a marketing system and platform is a direct channel that we have to Be Young Total Health. We have direct channels to customer service and executives, and we're very confident that, you know, at any time, if there is any kind of an issue that arises through a chat or an email, we have access to the correct people at the correct time to get the correct answer. And so while nobody can know everything, me and my team will be proficient. I will actually be manning a lot of the chats, getting us out the door, because I want to know what kinds of questions are coming. And I'm going to be sharing transcripts with Ori and Becky so they know exactly what's going on, so that we can refine and tailor, as well as sharing that with our marketing team. So if we need to highlight or articulate other information throughout the funnels, we can do that. Let's see. Looks like this gentleman is able to get his sharing name set. That's good. Yes, you're going to need to set. You should also set up your security questions and your security and privacy questions and answers, because that's going to be going into effect when you need help with customer service. How will that work with domain name then as it? There is no capitalization in domain names. They're all lowercase. You can put whatever you want, but at the end of the day, the computers only read them as lowercase. So our payment cycle is 4/24. So if we order again today, it is still just counts for March. Yes, that's correct. We're still in March. But that's going to go from today over the 30-day cycle, delivering those prospects to your automator. Mike, when you're trying, just put anything there in the blank for what it was on previous, and it should save out for you. Okay, well, if we've got no other BYBB-centric questions at this point, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Becky, is there anything that you would like to add before we close this?
Not at this time, Daniel, other than great job. That was a very, very well done presentation.
Well, thank you. And again, I appreciate everybody's time. Please feel free to email us or chat with us if you've got any further questions or anything that needs clarification. And other than that, look forward to getting some prospects in there, and let's see what the systems can do. Go kick liferestoring.com around. Check out the different colors and the styles you can set, some of the different animation that's been built in. And I'm not going to give it away here, but there's a really cool product that's going to be available there soon as well. So I'm pretty excited for all of it. So again, thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful rest of your day.